guys, Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video. Send us some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need it out there. And hey, happy holidays to everybody out there. I'm not exactly sure what my upload schedule is going to be the next few days, so we're getting close to Christmas or whatever holiday that you celebrate. Sending genuine love and positive spirits your way. Today, we have some things that are making me mad. What better way to be the proverbial Scrooge, the proverbial Grinch in the holiday mood than to complain about Raid Shadow Legends? Honestly, these three things have been bothering me for years, most of them, and growing on me. But none of them independently feel that I should make a whole video complaining about this one thing. So I'm combining three complaints into one. I'm gonna try to be constructive as well. I want you guys to agree with me or disagree with me if you see a better solution as well, because I'm not just going to ID the problems. I'm going to identify the solutions and how Plarium can fix these, and then I'm going to sign, seal, and deliver these Christmas cards to Plarium here in the holidays to get their response on these ideas.
It's me on the intercom.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think someone sent you a Christmasgram.
What better way to be the proverbial Scrooge, the proverbial Grinch in the holiday mood than to complain about Raid Shadow Legends?
Oh, that was weird.
Listen, I've talked about a million things I want to see in this game ad nauseum, so I want to stick to the big stuff. But it's little things. How about some rare empowerment? How about some void rare buffs, void epic buffs? They're so hard to get your hands. How about some buffs to like the crappiest of the crappy mythicals? You know, like when you pull a mythical, you want it to be end game viable, right? So like Ashnars and the Cocks and whatever. You know, although they can still have, you can still be fun, but little things too. Little tiny complaints, right? How about when you get an artifact? You can upgrade it right there on the screen to see if it's good or not, right? I would love to have something like that, right? So a lot of little tiny teensy weensy quality of life ideas, but three granddaddies to really complain and rage about. So let's get to it as I almost make myself pass out from screaming. Number one is the other two are going to be pertaining to all players, but this is important and it's about new players. Listen, I've had a lot of new player promo codes or whatever. I have an Eleanor, by the way, for new players, second accounts, whatever. You can use the download link if you want to. And Eleanor's an awesome download link, but the problem is people get their hands on an Eleanor to start out in Raid Shadow Legends on a new account or a brand new user. What do the most of the comments say, right? I don't know how to upgrade her from new players, right? The number one pain point in all of Raid Shadow Legends for new players, think way back in the day, and I care about new players because I kind of want the YouTube channel to exist after you guys all quit in a year. Jokes aside, I do care about the new player experience because I want this game to have another 5 years plus, right? A healthy 5 years ahead of it. And I feel like we need to make the new player experience a lot better. Listen, times have changed from 5 years ago when everything was kind of semi-new or at least antiquated in the genre. But now new players to even understand and then grasp the true grind that is maxing your first starting champion is insane in this game. Most players leave when they're like, wait, I have to grind for a week straight in this game to get a 6-star. I have to level up a bunch of champions to level into more champions, to sacrifice said champions, to level up more champions, just to get one champion maxed out. Every other game in the genre has really alleviated those pain points through various mechanisms, right? At the very least, they could start new players out with level 50 starters, level 60 starters. Like, we still want to teach them the basics, but that grind in the very beginning is so unnecessary. Give out a feast or something. It make little, like, really improve the new player experience. Obviously, things have a staggered unlock and stuff, but we lose so many players off of the arduous, disgusting, antiquated, just gross grind that is getting your first champion maxed. I understand we still want to teach players. We don't want to just give them a full maxed account, maxed team, but that grind is disgusting. You need to make compelling events and tournaments and make the rewards a lot more compelling, like feasts and chickens and whatnot. We want to teach and also provide so that we can reward people early on to stick with this game, because this game starts being fun when you start maxing out your first couple champions, right? And when you maxed out your first team, we need to alleviate how long it takes to get that done if we want more players to stick with Raid Shadow Legends and be able to recruit from all the players that play and piss us off that leave the clans.
You're the best dad in the world.
Number 2, and by the way, I could go on and on about the new player experience in Raid, but let's just start there, because that's the number one pain point I hear from brand new players to the genre, or players coming from other games in the genre where it's just less grindy like that. Number 2, this is a very, very big one. And again, a little bit repetitive here, but it gets more and more exacerbate worse as time goes on. The pain becomes more acute. When the doctor says on a scale from 1 to 10, what's the pain? You always go like 3 numbers higher. That way they understand the gravity of why you're there in the office, right? But in this case, it's accurate. The pain is 10 out of 10.
Just calm down, okay?
This game has been around for way, way too long for there still to be an acute book skill tome issue in this game, right? Listen, it's been around for way too long to be 15 levels of minnow too while we're at it, you know? But man, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Even endgame players don't have skill tomes. It doesn't matter if it's hard to get skill tomes. There just has to be a way to get skill tomes. But Ash, there is a way to get skill tomes. You open up the wallet. I haven't had a wallet in years. I use a phone. This is not sponsored. I use a phone. I can't even tell you the brand. Oh, it is Smartish. I'm a fan. Not sponsored. But I use a phone wallet. Changed my life. Anyway, I digress. That's the only way to get skill tomes other than RNG. You can go through bad luck, or you can become a creator and get a couple a month or week, whatever we get. But like, jokes aside, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like, it's like Plarium wants, they don't want to upset the economy, but they look the horse in the face, right? Is that the saying? Man, I'm a mess today, huh? I'm enraged. Listen, stare a gift horse. Stare a gift, what's a gift horse?
In other words, you shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Anyway, it's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. And there's so many easy ways they could add skill tomes to the game. If you want players to stick around and spend more money on your gacha game, why don't you give a little, not frustrate and cause them to go to other games that give a lot, you know? And I'm only asking for a little. Hey, low-hanging fruit. How about, you know, Chimera, the brand new content in the game? How about rewards? How about instead of this stuff is okay and great, you know, we get it. But how about you add the mythical skill tomes? There shouldn't be things that are imperative to upgrading your account in a game that there's no way to get. Unless you unload billions of energy, which you also have to pay for to finish number 1 in a tournament or something like that, right? Listen, I'm being emotional here, but it's always rubbed me the wrong way on skill tomes. There's such an essential part to upgrade not just mythicals, but like, let's add them to Hydra, or let's make a dungeon where you can farm pages. Let's add a hard level of faction wars and attach a new champion there, and also make it very difficult, but make it a way that we can farm pages on the hard mode dungeon or farm higher quality glyphs or whatever it may be. Let's add a way. Let's improve Centranos and make a nightmare mode, but make a way for us to get our hands, even if it's difficult or farm or grindy, to get our hands on skill tomes. Skill tomes, again, are everything in this game, right? You need to get the skill tomes to actually take advantage of these champions. What's the use of getting excited about pulling a mythical or a legendary when there's just no way to actually take advantage of everything they have to offer for the majority of the player base? They need to give a little bone here and there. There just needs to be a way. It can be difficult. It can be I've made my point. Number 3. I'm beating a dead ass horse here, guys. I am beating a horse. At first I stared at the gift horse. Now I'm beating the dead horse. It's dead gift horse. There needs to be a solution for the silver problem. And I don't mean the same old silver problem in the game, right? Like, we understand that silver is, hard to get. It's convoluted, that the best way to farm silver is to farm spider, you know, and sell accessories, you know? It's always been weird to me that there's not like an easy silver dungeon or just it's a little bit more plentiful in the game, but I understand you need balance in the economy, and I do understand that. Here's the problem. I like the free gear removal coupons or items, whatever they are. They're just so scarce. Like there's a couple you get per rotation in Centranos, and that's it, right? So the problem is they could give those out a little bit more plentiful, or my favorite solution here, and what I'm trying to get at is everything they add to this game, it's like this game, especially as you progress to the end game, it's so narrowly focused on a certain 9-piece sets, right? Especially as you progress. It starts at 6-piece sets and it goes to 9-piece sets, right? And you only have, even end game players, even spenders, right? You only have so much of this gear to go around. And the problem is whenever they add new content, you need to mule those artifacts around. It's no longer because of upgrading issues. Of course it is for a lot of players out there. I don't mean to this, but like now it's become worse because we need to mule the gear. I'm spending millions and millions and millions and millions. I'm still trying to coordinate and take advantage of my gear removal items, my free gear removal items. But even with that said, sometimes I'll farm 20 million silver in Spider, 40 million silver, 60 million silver in Spider. I grind hard. And then I come back the next day, I mule some artifacts around and I'm broke again. I didn't even do anything. I just moved it. Hey, if a chicken takes off a piece of armor and he hands it to a spider, why does that cost billions of silver? Come on, let's be pragmatic here. Let's be realistic, player.
Last year I made $3 million. But your 50,000 was the most fun.
So listen, guys, obviously they could just add better ways for us to get our hands on silver in the game, right? That's a pretty low-hanging fruit, right? But my favorite solution would be is just making these gear removals more available, right? How ridiculous is it that if you go to the clan shop, oh, they have free gear removal? Ash, what are you talking about? They have it right here. Wait. Reach clan level 25. My clan's been together for, I don't know about you guys. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe my clan sucks. I love you guys, though. We can all suck together. The 1 hour free gear removal, you have to get to clan level 25. Clan level 25? My clan's level 19, and we've been in existence since the beginning. I mean, what? Clan level 25, what a paywall or a whatever wall to put that behind. My favorite solution though is this is a 2 birds 1 stone situation here. Take this damn market and add the free gear removals. You know, you can make them costly, you can make them cost a decent amount, right? But obviously we can take advantage, maybe make the 24-hour free gear removals, right? And maybe we have to make a decision. Is it worth $1 million silver to get a 24-hour? Yes, it's gonna be, but you can make it pricier than this stuff is what I'm trying to say, right? But you could also add skill tomes, right? You could add scarce things to the market. You can make the market worth actually looking at, right? So the silver issue, it's weird. They've added a lot of good, and just at the end, my complaints are over. But to give credit where credit is due, I've loved this year in terms of quality of life. And we know we're going to be getting in the next few months, hopefully, the quick battles for Hydra, the background battles, which will be a game changer. Is probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most, even more than Chimera personally. Out of the last update, that should be dropping. We'll have live arena seasons dropping. I think that my favorite update in a long time was the global presets. It's amazing. The downside is it's making the silver pain even more acute at the same time. So although we've come a long way since where we started, there's been a lot of good quality of life improvements. I don't think we're done yet. Some of these pain points, I see them every single day from the community. And, you know, if Raid really does care a lot about the community, I feel like they could sometimes give a little bit and it goes a long way, right? So I really wanted to get some of those ideas off my chest. Let me know if you have any better solutions than the one that I put forward here in the comments below. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.